Test, test, test. We are live. Oh, we are lagging. Right. Test, test, test. Okay, now we are. Nice, crisp and clear. Coming in, coming through. By one day I'll get a better setup. One day, trust. Until then, welcome back everyone. I say to literally nobody in particular, as there are still 0 viewers. But oh well, hello VODheads. I should probably greet whoever watches these, like on YouTube and stuff as well. You guys exist, I know you do, and I appreciate you guys as well. Man, I love the main menu of this game. It's so melancholy. It's so chill as well. Am I starting earlier or later today then? Well, the only baseline I have for usual is yesterday and the day before yesterday. Well, either way, we're just gonna wait until the intro ads show up. Hmm. 3 minutes in, still buddy. I wish I bought some snacks. Are you a sleeping citizen? Hello, Reedy, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Congrats, you're actually the first one here today. Though it is also unusual because it's been like 4 minutes and still nobody showed up. Oh well, I'm guessing everybody is eeping. They're sleeping citizens. Anyway, how are you doing? I figured out like a problem with my streaming setup. Apparently my YouTube studio wasn't connected to my Twitch account, so all of the headpad redeems and stuff, they just weren't coming through, and I never noticed. Not for long, I'm going horse riding in less than an hour. Oh, Peter, the horse is here. You're gonna be horsing around, huh? Better since I fixed my Discord. Hell yeah. It's a good thing you got that settled up so quickly. Like, I've had a friend of mine in the same situation and they had to like spend like a whole few days to get their account back. So you resolved that really quick. I'm guessing like what happened is they didn't really hack your account. They just hijacked the session token, so they could perform actions through your account, but they didn't really have true access to it. That's why they didn't manage to like spam all the messages in every single server. Oh, we got ads going on. Oh well. Hope you have ad blocks. I will never stop preaching about ad block. Everybody should get it. Ads are made to be despised. They didn't change my password, so I got in, changed it, set up authentication, and done. Yeah, like I said, they probably didn't even have your password. They just hijacked the session token. But still, it's a good thing that you did change the password, because maybe they might have gotten it from the session token. Accounts just got timeout for a few hours. Yep. Yep, that is a good thing. Discord got surprisingly like not shit at account recovery and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. If only they showed the same level of care to age verification and other stuff. Finis got me in the shower. Oh no! Oh no! Please pick up the video call. Pick up the video call. Yay! Hi, Pi. Technically, well, you did get the first, but technically you weren't here first. Really was here first. But oh well. Also, a day later, my Instagram got hacked. Well, I would say that's divine intervention. Nobody likes Instagram anyway. But yeah, like, general rule of thumb, you get hacked in one place, change all of your account information and passwords. Like, spare no effort, change everything. Because I know who you are, and I know who everybody on the internet is. We use the same damn password or variations of the same damn password, literally on every account. So if you get hacked in one place, change that shit immediately, because you know they're going to use that password that they have gotten the first time as a baseline for trying to crack all of your other accounts. So don't you mess around with that. Change your passwords immediately. All of them. Every single one of them. The hacks are sucked, indeed. Fix it quickly, too. They just posted the same post like 20 times. Yeah, bots aren't really all that smart. The one thing that I am glad about hackers and bots is that they are all equally stupid. And that, that puts humanity into perspective, that the only people who scam other people's are absolute idiots, like dregs of society, absolute pathetic people. You don't see somebody smart or somebody like worth anything scam people. I generated new ones for each thing, but I changed almost all of them. Well, generated passwords are annoying because they're really hard to remember. I usually well, I can't just give away my password making strategy now. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think enough time has passed. The ads are probably over, so let us begin. We are on cycle 56. Password manager, baby. Well, that's still a place where your passwords get saved. What are you going to do once somebody gets access to your password manager? You're putting all your eggs in one basket. If you're gonna put them all in one basket, might as well make it the one basket nobody can get into. Ergo, your own brain. And since I know Riti in real life, I know that even if somebody could hijack your brain, nobody would ever want to do that with your brain. That would be a nightmare. They would not recover. Die, probably. Okay, guess I'll die. Segs. What? Pie? Not on stream? Oh my gosh. Offended if it wasn't true. Yeah. Okay, back VR. Now I gotta remember what I was actually doing last time. Alright, we exposed the freaking gang leader, so got a skill point for that, but I've got nowhere to put it. Because everything costs 2 skill points. We are pretty deep into the game at this point, so... Sex off stream. Again, that is not a topic to be discussed on stream. That is all I'm going to say. Also, I'm thinking about not streaming anymore. What? Well, okay, usually I would be like, usually I would say like, bro, you haven't even given it a proper try. Like, what's it been, 1 or 2 months? But I also have to say that I know you personally, and this does not surprise me because you jump from one thing to another like very rapidly. Do you remember that book club thing you wanted to do once? And do you remember all those cosplay ideas you had but you never did? And you remember all those... Man, I don't even remember all the projects you tried to do, but yeah, it's like you had a different project almost every few weeks, and all of them went down nowhere. Well, I would like for your projects to be successful. It also does not surprise me that this one so far is shaping up the way the others did. And I do not mean this in an offensive way. I just mean that some people jump and bounce from thing to thing very rapidly. No one is showing up, and I'm tired of talking to no one. It's called ADHD. Yeah, see, you said the quiet thing out loud right there. I was trying to tiptoe around the thing. I don't want to be offensive. And here you are just saying it's the ADHD. ADHD is nuts. Hey, that's my joke, Pi. How dare you? You don't have your crappy joke license. Which I have diagnosed, I won't get offended. In my experience, that's even more of a reason to get offended, but I digress. That is your business. But yeah, the part about people not showing up, I mean, how do you think it was for me the first few months? And honestly, like, yesterday's stream, only 3 people showed up. 3 people. I mean, I still appreciate them. It is awesome to have even just 1 active person, but like, compared to 0, that's not a lot. That's not that big of a change. So like, low numbers, yeah, that is a bummer, but like, what were you expecting? Nobody blows up after the first few streams, unless you're, I don't know, a thirst trap or something. I don't know, man. I heard your crappy joke license got suspended last week. Those rumors have been greatly exaggerated. I self-diagnosed it, so I'm nice. Me? Yes, you? And the bots are hella annoying. Bro, it's just 1 click and they're gone. It doesn't even take me a minute to get rid of a clanker. And like, once you get a stable viewer base, you can give somebody mod privileges and they will get rid of the bots for you. So you're saying I should do shirtless streams? Say no more. No, it wouldn't work if it was you. I'm sorry, but yours just aren't that big. Do it. Nah. Do not sell yourself short like that. Anyway, I gotta remember what I was doing. Okay, the mushrooms are growing. Let me just check my quests. Build a home. Enter the greenway. So Greenway and Rico's experiments. I gotta wait for those. Flotilla aid. Mushrooms to the prior. Ah, that's the DLC. Alright. I think I might start the DLC because, like, it said that it's a late game thing, and I think I'm pretty late game at this point. Win a side rail ticket. Yeah, I don't really want to do this one, but I might do it just to get the ticket. It's obviously going to give me the choice to do it or not do it at the end. He said the C word. What C word? There's so many C words. Which one are you talking about? Okay, alright. Rabia's office. I gotta wait 4 turns for this to be done. Castor's table, the roulette unit. Alright, I might go do these. Get the Heavenish protocols. It'll give me a ship mind. I don't really need a ship mind, but I could sell one, I think. For quite the amount of money. Flanker! Oh, that one, yeah. Flanker! Roger, roger. Don't act like you don't know, you racist cat. No, I mean, even for our races, there are so many C slurs. You have to be more specific. Death to clankers, indeed. The machine spirit is not yours to wield. Okay, I did the bar. This is only a place to sell stuff. Okay, I think I'm gonna go do the apartments. Yeah, the apartment. Seal unit. Seal. Now I'm gonna re-roll these dice. Okay, those are good dice. Good die. And there's a bot. Now watch me take care of this flanker within seconds. Boom shakalaka. And he's gone. You guys didn't even notice. That's how fast I got rid of him. I don't see the bot. I am confused. Oh, then I guess my Autobot has caught him and isolated him. Sometimes the bot shows up in like a private, well, not a private message, but like he shows up for me, but not for you guys, and I still have to manually ban him. But sometimes the bot also shows up for you guys. I'm confused. Rollout. Autobots, roll out. Ah, neutral outcome. Come on, baby. Give me a positive. Give me a positive. Hell yeah! Repaired unit. Sealed housing unit. Nice. Now I have yet another place to stay. And it was absolutely pointless. Wait, did I get... I got a perk. It wasn't that pointless. I now have 3 apartments in the city. Awesome. Actually, I technically have 4. I miss Optimus Prime. Oh, he'll be back. Don't you worry. He's very persistent. I will go live once I get back from horses, cause fuck you, that's why. I know, fuck me yourself, you coward. I know you won't. Perkale. Vogue, my brother has horses. He's got the horses in the back. He's gonna take his horse down the Old Town Road. And he's gonna ride till he can't. Really, 2 upgrade points. You know what? I'm gonna put it into Icebreaker. Get double data rewards by hacking agents. That should make it very fast to get Castor's reward. So he wants Heavenage protocols. I can do that. And for that, I have to hack Havenage agents. Yet again, Havenage. Is survival easy in this game? It depends on the difficulty. I think I chose normal difficulty, and survival was tricky at first. At first, there were a few times where I had to like really weigh what I was going to do. Like, am I gonna get a capsule or am I gonna get food or stuff? But now I have gotten to a very comfortable point where I really think that I can't lose anymore. And it's just a matter of how I want the story to go. Like, am I going to be able to save this NPC? Am I going to stay friends with this other NPC and stuff? Which I can still very easily fuck up. But as far as my survival is concerned, I think I'm in the clear. Give me your data, little guy. Nice, yes, I get two data this time. And from you I can also get some. I've got 4 pieces of data. If only I had one more die, but oh well. Now let me get some food. Wait, no, not from you. You don't sell food. You sell food. Yum yum. Yum yum. Yum yum yum. Ever watched Log Horizon? No, that doesn't sound familiar. Feed a stray. There's signs that a stray animal has been nosing around near the unit. A handful of chits or some crackers should bring it out of hiding. Oh my gosh, can I have a cat? Can I have a cat? 3 credits for a cat? That is a steal. I am absolutely going to get a cat. You buy the crackers from a shop from a shop unit downstairs and crumble them into a tray. Something moves in the shadows. Continue. It's a cat! It's a cat! I've got a cat, guys! The Stray. Oh my gosh, guys, it's the video game Stray. Oh my gosh. El Gato. He has been foretold in murals. Now, I've heard they're remaking it to be closer to the manga. It's an anime where a bunch of people get stuck in a MMO game. Oh, so basically, that is how I would describe the genre. Anyway. The Stray hops up onto a work surface and looks out of the unit's small window. It doesn't acknowledge your presence. It just sits there, beside the tray of crumbled crackers, staring out at the low end. What is this cat's story? Are there more on the station? You haven't seen another in the low end, but in this vast megastructure that means fairly little. There could be a whole colony of cats like this one down in the Warrens. Oh wow. Okay, there's lightning out the window. I just got illuminated by lightning, oh damn. There's a thunderstorm coming. You lagged out, but I think you said Sword Art Online. Oh, apologies. Yeah, I did say, like, so that Log Horizon thing. So it's basically Sword Art Online, but not shit. I think Log Horizon book came out before Sword Art Online. Okay, based. Holy shit, that's awesome. Okay, you look at its sleek dark fur and sharp eyes. It doesn't look ragged. It looks at home. In fact, its presence in the unit makes you wonder if this is the Stray's apartment, which you are spotting in. Approach the Stray. You lean a little forward and the Stray tenses up. Perhaps best to give it a moment to get used to you. The stray settles a little and starts eating, picking at the broken crackers. You don't remember ever having been this close to an animal. It triggers something in you, a recognition of life, totally unlike your own, but still somehow connected, parallel, even interwoven. The stray licks crumbs from its fur. Hey little guy, do you like it here? The stray flicks their tail at the sound of your voice. It is hard to imagine the stray liking anything, or at least being vulnerable enough to admit to it. But the stray's pleasure at existing here, in this place, shines through its every sinew. It is not that the stray is always happy on the eye, but that the stray is engaged by this place. It is alive here. You turn your eyes to the window, the one that the stray looks out of, and you both watch the stars and the ship together. You feel something pass between you and the stray, a kind of acknowledgement of each other, a sense that each of you might share something with the other, a point of connection. Then, all at once, the stray yawns wide, hops down from the unit and brushes along your legs. And then it is gone, out through the unit door and back into the corridors of the low end. Oh my god, we gotta kill. I am so unfathomably happy about this. Is it weird, me as a cat person having a cat? El gatito. Damn rude. It's not rude. Anyway, I'm off to go horse around. Bye, you waste of oxygen. Says the guy who hasn't bought a single piece of oxygen from my redeems. Your loss, buddy. You don't even have any oxygen to waste. I watch another cat by VTuber and he has a cat. Ah. But yeah, would it be weird? Isn't it kind of like owning a slave or something? Because it is still a cat, just like on a lower plane of existence. But I still love and appreciate the little bugger, so I don't really know how to describe it. Anyway, time for a nap. Oh, I can feed it again. If you buy the crackers and put them out, the stray will always come. That doesn't mean they like you though. They are a cat after all. Oh, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I will make this cat love me. It'll love me. It will. Not any more than any other animal. The stray crunches up the crackers as you watch. Sometimes they'll let you stroke them, sometimes not. Okay, enough for now, let's end the cycle. This cycle of feeding cats and petting cats. It will go on forever. Like, are cat boys cat ex-human, or are they something else entirely? That is a very good question. Whenever I ask my parents, they just tell me that it's not time yet. I'm like, what? What do you mean it's not time yet? What? But anyway. Self-repair. Feed the stray. What if I leave? Okay, I will feed the cat once every cycle. How does that sound? In the meantime, now I have... Okay, still gotta wait 2 more cycles for Rabia to get back to me. Be like Umamusume's are Umamusume time ex-human. But how was the first Umamusume created? Yeah, that is... yeah, that is very interesting. But... like, Umamusume lore goes absolutely crazy. Just, like, horses just don't exist. It's all horse girls. Then how do we know to call them horse girls if we don't know what a horse is? Like, what? Blem. Oh my gosh, hi, Rand. Hi. Oh my gosh, hi. Hello. Oh. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why I was like that for a moment. I actually saw the lag spike. I apologize. I apologize. But yeah, hey, Rand. Hello. I didn't tell you this, but Pi was really sad about you not being here. They were they missed you. And yeah, but you didn't hear this from me. You did not hear this from me. Maybe they were just named horses at some point. But then why would you call them horse girls? That would be like calling people like, oh, you're a human person. You're a person human. Anyway. Hippodorm, hippolapse. Alright, gotta wait one more day for the mushrooms. Mushroom dance, mushroom dance. What could it mean? Mushroom dance. Evo Optimus Prime, give us our daily dose of awesomeness. They're already here, dispensing plenty of it. Okay, so... yeah, time to get some Heaven Edge data. What is this? Oh yeah, that's an Heaven Edge agent. A Heaven Edge agent. Emphasis stall. Here's Caster. These shenanigans continue, and in the face of my PC repairs being postponed by potentially weeks, and it getting to the chronological level of its life, over 4.5 years, I've ordered a new one. Alt PC will now be a backup, and this thing rocks, honestly. So I'm happy about that. Oh my god, you're being like future me right now, because my PC is suffering. My PC is... my laptop really needs... its time is coming. And I'm looking to buy a new one. Did you get like a good price, or did you just bite the bullet with the excruciatingly high RAM price currently? Also, yeah, I missed yesterday's stream, sorry. No, it's okay, it's okay. It's fine, don't apologize, ever, for anything. You're fine, Rand. I got a 20% discount. Oh my gosh, how? Oh man, now I'm jealous. And did you buy like a pre-built PC, or was it a did you buy it, did you build it? Meantime, I'm gonna sell the data to Castor. Appreciate what you've presented, but I have nothing more to offer. There's this table. Really? That's it? I figured he'd give me a quest or something. Or just, like, talk to me. He had literally just one interaction. Oh well. So I got something strong. NVIDIA 5060, 32 megabytes of RAM, holy shit, and a Ryzen 9 processor. For the price I got it. Damn! Damn, I am jealous! I am jealous! I want a PC at an affordable price. Dude, if I had a good PC, I could do so many things. I could stream without any lag, with my model being smooth as butter. I could stream high intensity games. I could stream Night Rain. I could stream Resident Evil. I could stream so many things. And it's a laptop, so it was oh, it was laptop! Slay! Otherwise, I'd have to wait about a week. Yeah. Thing is, like, I would also like a laptop, but everybody keeps telling me that that is a terrible idea for streaming and longevity. Like, if I really want it to last long, I should just buy a PC, a proper one. And if I really want to be efficient, then I should build one. But I really don't want to build one. That sounds like so much work, so much planning, so much setting up. I can't be asked like looking up the specs, looking up the parts, and then piecing them all together and installing the software. Like, no, I just want to spend the money, have the box, and have it last, I don't know, 10 years at least. Yeah, laptops get hot and are slower in general. You can just get a pre-built one. Yeah, I know, but like people are also like, no, don't get a pre-built one. That's a waste. But I just want to skip the annoying stuff. Anyway, let me check my quests. Yannick, Flotilla Aid, Rico's Experiments, Side Real Ticket. You know what? Let me start doing the side reel stuff. Percent positive, 50% neutral. Side reel horizon. Spend this one, and I'm gonna spend the last die on something that'll get me energy. So let's see. I think there's something here in the Eeper commune. Right, work assignment. Nice. Alrighty then, let's go back to the apartment so we can feed the pit. Feed the El Gato. Oh my gosh, thank you for the sub! Thank you, Rand! Oh my gosh. I still find it baffling people consider me worth subbing to. I really need to make like a proper whatchamacallit. Like a proper what's the word? Yeah, like a proper stream react, like a proper stream thingy for when people subscribe to me, like some special noise or something, because I'm still using the basic one. But yeah, that is crazy. Thank you, Rand. Thank you so much. I don't know if it is, but fact of my life is I am quite mobile these days, so tower is not too viable of an option. Okay, yeah, that is also like a huge factor, but I am very static. Like, another reason why I haven't bought a PC yet is because I'm planning to change my life quite a bit in the upcoming few months, so buying a PC would be pretty cumbersome right now. So I'm sticking to my laptop, but once I am in a stable position where I know that I'll be in that position for a few years, then I will definitely get a PC. Graduation? Can I move in? No, not graduation. That one, graduation is still a few years away. If I even go for it. Anyway, right, I wanted to feed the cat. And boom. Munch on that little guy. Time for a nap. A thing I know Marky does is people can get signature Vulcan resub sounds. Might help to ask her if you want to do something similar. Yeah, I am aware that that's a thing that people can do. Well, that I can do. I just haven't really gotten around to doing it yet. Like, that's the only reason I don't have those, because I haven't really bothered. boy. Right, still one more turn in Rabia, but I should be able to do this one. Yeah, here are the mushrooms. Mushroom dance, mushroom dance. What could it mean? Oh, so you have the know-how then. Nice. Even if I don't, it's really not difficult to just find a tutorial or something. Matsutake caps. I don't need those, I need the special round cap ones. Yeah, I want to make sure I don't waste any, so let me re-roll my dice. Ah, boy. Come on, give me the special ones, give me the special ones. Just more Matsutake caps, are you kidding me? I need the freaking special ones, just 2 of all. Come on. A whole growth cycle and nothing? Man. Ugh. But wait, these guys wanted some kind of mushrooms too. Oh, they wanted Griole caps. I guess I can go gather some of those. Mushroom groves. Forage for fungus. The funky fun guy. Oh fuck. Negative outcome, really? Might as well do it again. Come on, just 2 mushrooms. Got me energy, but that was a neutral outcome. What a waste. And then I tried sunbathing. Negative outcome, but I still got energy. Nice. Anyway, time for a nap. Rabia should be open to talk now. But first, I'm gonna spend my 6 die on this. Or wait, one moment. Maybe the 4 die will be enough. Yes, the 4 die will be enough. Not a single one of the mushrooms I need. What? This game hates me. This game just straight up hates me. Why do you hate me, game? What have I ever done to you? Okay, let's go do Rabia's quest. There she is. Even before you enter the office, you can hear the sound of Rabia working the heavy bag. She's hammering it, the chain creaking as it shakes with each hit. She's been like this since... Sabine doesn't finish the sentence. They are sitting on a stool looking at the terminal in the corner, searching through the SNARP data you pulled all those cycles ago. Is she... okay? Just angry. We all are. But you have to remember, she knew Yannick for a long time. Sabine glances nervously at Rabia. What SNARP did? Rabia stops punching, and in the silence you can hear her breathing hard. Sabine looks over at her, and you sense something between them. You realize you haven't seen them together since they tried to kill each other in the same unit. A lot has changed since then. They hooked him up like a puppet. Rabia hits the bag. Rigged that thing in his head so they could control him. Push the old Yannick out. I don't know why he let them in. Rabia throws another few punches. But it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Another flurry. Yet again shouldn't deal with corporations. And we never will again. She comes away from the bag. At least Yannick's death has been treated as natural. There's a chance we can come back from this. That yet again can hold all. But there are opportunists trying to take control. Sabine turns to you. Yes, but now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from the implants and yet against enforcers. It's a significant job, but I think with time, I can do the surgeries. Rabia walks away from the back towards the far side of the unit. Those surgeries will never happen if yet again collapses. She shouts back at Sabine. Clearly this is a well-worn argument in this unit. Will yet again really collapse? I don't think so, no. Rabia doesn't either. They look over at her. At least, not when she's calm. But what I understand now is that yet again can be something if we want it to be. Coming here from SNARP, from the core worlds, all I saw was a gang, and with Yannick keeping me on a tight leash. Rabia believes, and I want that belief. They look unsure. I also want to be done with SNARP, but I doubt they are done with me. They glance away, rubbing their shoulders. I hope you... Are you and Rabia... Sabine fixes you with a look. Yes, Sleeper. Is it that obvious? They smile. Okay. Okay, damn. Well, that explains things. Huh. I've been wanting to say, Sabine begins nervously. I'm sorry I didn't tell you when I came from. I know I've apologized before, but I want to do it again. Properly. When I leaked the data on the sleeper program, it was to try to help people, like you. But after all the cycles here, being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, all that got away from me. So when you turned up, it shook me up. They run a hand through their hair. But I ended up here, so... of course. They reach into a jacket pocket and take out a handful of vials. These are the last of the case. You can have them. They drop them into your hands. After these last few, I don't know what we can do. With the SNARP connection broken, they look down. But I know there are other ways. Repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I even heard there are some labs on the Greenway. Perhaps they can help. They meet your eye. I'm sorry I can't do more. Thank you for everything. They look away, their eyes bright with tears. Rabia crosses back to you both and sits beside Sabine. They look at each other, and you can't help but smile at the idea of them together. Aww. What are you two plotting? Rabia grins. Sabine laughs, and the sound is a welcome one. You watch the two of them teasing each other with a smile. Later, when you leave, you take that handful of vials out of your pocket and look at them. You can still feel the core of the danger, deep down inside, and you still don't know if it'll ever leave. But SNARP doesn't own you anymore. They can't, because this place, these people, own you. They are what makes you get up in every cycle. They are what keeps you breathing. You put the vials away and walk through the low end. Your senses tuned to every sight, every smell and every sound, soaking it all in, living. Alright, that's another question. How many vials did they give me? 3. Holy, okay, that is... But yeah, what she said is actually kinda scary. Oh yeah, the office is gone as well. They have no more vials left. So now I'm essentially officially on a time limit to find a new supply of vials before my condition gets really low. But I think I'm at a high enough level and with enough connections to be able to solve that easily, especially in the Greenway. I think there is a way to create my own vials. I just need to get lucky with the mushroom spawns. And worst comes to worst, I guess I can always leave. I have already several avenues of leaving the station. Have you ever watched Long Horizon, Optimist? Oh yeah. Pi was asking about Log Horizon earlier. An interesting concept. Okay, with these dice, I need to get some spores. Spore, the video game. It's 2 growth spores. Let's get some more. Another one. And let's put them in. Well, Log Horizon is more like a game becomes real life, so it was still a game. Interesting. Like, it is almost a cliche concept, but Sword Art Online has kind of capitalized it. Or monopolized it, so not many other franchises have really done it again, but I am very glad to see other franchises doing it. And yes, I am aware that Log Horizon did it first, but the fact that it's still relevant is quite the achievement, considering that Sword Art Online is shoving its nose into everything these days. No one knows why they're in the game. Like, NPCs are actual people now. I think they came out pretty close to each other. Oh, now I know what you mean, that the game becomes real life. That reminds me of another one. Was it called something like Recreators or something? Where it's also like video game characters become real life things. And like there's a scene where a video game character does like their attack to take out an enemy and they're horrified when it actually kills someone. Like that doesn't happen in the video game. In the video game they just fall over and go unconscious. The books, I mean. Overlord, I don't know. Isn't Overlord an isekai? Anyway. Okay, I have one die left. What can I spend it on? Let's spend it on the Eeper commune. Nice. Okay, so let's take a nap. Got nothing else left. So yeah, next cycle, let's go and try to start the DLC. Endo cycle. Well, yeah, but he goes to the other world through the game. With his game character and NPCs at his base. Oh, interesting. Apologies. Interesting. Alrighty, so... Right, the aviary is cooking up some new mushrooms. Now, they wanted some griole caps. I can get those for them. And I want a guaranteed. They wanted 2 of them, if I remember correctly. And that's just one griole cap. There we go, 2 of them. Lovely. Okay, let's just read this again so that I didn't mess anything up. Yep. Episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla which has arrived to the Eye. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refuge, and Purge, are now available. Completing the Supply Grioles action will begin the episode, but be aware that it is intended for late-game play. The thing is, I don't know if it'll like let me go back to... I feel like this is like all of this is like the map that I will be able to explore, but I wonder if it'll like let me go back. I imagine it would, right? I imagine it'll let me just go back. Like, why would it just lock everything off? Especially if there's stuff going on in this area, in this quadrant. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. And let's stay late stage play. I mean, look at my character. I'm almost maxed out on everything. I'll be fine. I've got 3 ampules. I've got a ship mind. I've got mushrooms to the wazoo. They'll be fine. I think you reminded me of Overworld when you said database. Whenever I hear that word, all I think of is the intro song. Huh. I mean, the only intro song from Overlord I know is Hollow Hunger, and that one's a banger. Not Overlord, sorry. It's fine. We all be silly sometimes. Ash asked you to bring supplies, and fragrant eye-growing Grioli caps seemed like the perfect thing to impress her. You heard it here, folks. Ash likes Grioli caps. Ash asked you to bring supplies. Look, the character's name is literally Ashy. It's it would be funny if I could just replace her sprite with an image of Ash. Of a shadow, that would be funny. Anyway, let us begin the episodes. And it said 3 episodes. So surely I can just like in between episodes, if it is a self-contained story, then at least it'll surely let me like do my own stuff in between episodes. Surely. Shut out the Shana. You know what? Let me help you with that. Oh wait, that's the wrong command. Chill. Why not? Why the fuck not? It is a big funny. Anyway, let us do this. What's the worst that can happen? Ashy seems to be coming up the broken spoke, and waves you into the cavernous bay of the climbing briar. You came. Peak smiles as you walk into the climbing briar's cargo hold, behind the gloomy Ish. They brought mushrooms. Ash tosses the mushroom caps into a crate, raising her eyebrows at Peak. Peak gives her a look. Thank you, Sleeper. They pick one up and sniff at it. Are these edible? Yes. Peak turns the cap over in their fingers before putting it down. We're not so used to fresh produce. Ash is securing crates as she speaks and doesn't look up. Hawthorne doesn't have much in the way of farming. Hawthorne? The installation we grew up on. Ash wipes off with her hands on a rag. XPR loves to name their property after natural things, but that's about as far as their relationship with plant life goes. XPR? There's an interrogation, she glares. Either way, we are done with that place, which is all you need to know. Look, you bring a thing up, don't be surprised when I ask about the thing. You shouldn't have brought it up if you don't want me asking about it. Like, jeez, woman. Ash leans back against the crate she was securing. We are going to need more than a few mushrooms if we want to help those refugees, though. Well, what do they need? Food, water, components, a whole lot of things. Ash stands and walks over to the mushrooms you brought, placing them into a small container with care. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting through to the ships. Can't you just fly around? Can't you speak to Havenage? We aren't exactly welcome guests, Peak explains. If anyone figures out we came in with the refugee ships, we'll be quarantined as well. Why is there a quarantine? Peak jumps in. The Eye has a closed-loop life support system, just like any orbital station. Any unfamiliar illness or significantly increased strain on life support could cause a cascading collapse in its systems. Ash scoffs. Are we making excuses for those bureaucrats now? We are being realistic, Ash. But these people aren't an increased strain, they are living people. Ash stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of turning a lot of scared, desperate people into a single monolithic group. Ash slides the container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold's racks. Look, as much as I like to chat, we've still got a lot of space to fill in this hold, so if you are going to help... I think Ash is trying to say we need your help, and quickly, Peak says, glancing at her. The refugees behind the corridor. They won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles, or... Ash steps forward. Or Havenage will have to bear the responsibility for whatever happens next. Well, what can I do? There's 3 things we still need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for ship repairs. Ash gestures to the storage containers around the hold. Water we can find a way to source, or, my preference, just siphon off from the underground reservoirs in the Greenway. Peak raises an eyebrow. Ash? She ignores them. For food, things could be tricky. Those mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way we can get enough volume to feed a flotilla. However, I saw an Agley stack on the way over. If we can get access... No more stealing, Ash, Peak sighs. I didn't say steal. She glances at them indignantly. If we can get access, we can work the stack, harvest some Agley for the flotilla. Those stacks chum out vast quantities in short timescales. And the repair components? Peak asks tentatively. She smiles. Just look around you, Peak. This whole place is made of shoots you a glance. I'm sure the sleeper has their sources. They can bring them here. We get everything before time runs out. Perfect. We get most of it. Also good. Either way, in 12 cycles, I'm going to take what we have and go. But how will you get through? She shoulders a container. I thought I'd leave that up to you, Peak. They flinch. Are you serious? Ash, I know we said we would help the flotilla, but at what point? They stop and take a breath. Take this seriously, Ash. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not, Ash looks at you. But they might. They slipped out of an SNR facility, didn't they? Plus, they've been here longer than us. You're always trying to get me to find them. Well, here it is. She gestures to you. No. She glances between the two of you. I'm sorry too. I need to think this one through. Meet me at the cordon in a couple of cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, you can help me acquire the supplies. Discreetly, she smiles. We have to keep this quiet. Keep Heavenage out of the loop. Once they get suspicious, this is all it for us. This all suddenly seems a little too real, too dangerous. You've only just found your feet on the eye. This is not a time for causing trouble. Come find us. We'll be out there trying to pull all this together. Ash goes to the back of the hold to start packing another container. Peek, come help me. Peek glances back at her. Sleeper, look. We didn't choose this either. Help us finish this. We've set up a base camp on the broken spoke. You're welcome to rest there in any of the costs while we work with this. We are in this together. And we all lift. Hey! She shouts, and they walk back into the hold to help with the container. As you leave the clumping briar, you look out at the broken edge of the ice ring, where Heavenage is scarred on blinks with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into? Oh, we got ads. Oh boy. Oh, what's that emoji? Zoe. Oh, you're stuck in ad hell. Aw, that's unfortunate. Okay, then in that case I'm going to wait for a little. Oh man. You ever know that feeling when you just, like, you're thirsty, so you go to drink something, and you're just like, you're entranced, you cannot stop drinking, you take gulp after gulp, you forget to breathe, and you just keep on gulping. Sometimes that happens to me. It's like, I forget how thirsty I really am, and when I start drinking, it just all comes flooding. I just have to keep drinking. You're a poet. I'm just saying stuff, come on. I just called myself ad. Oh, you are the ad. Well, if you're the ad, then I suppose we can get a few more ad breaks. Anyway, let us Briar Base Camp. Ooh, I can sleep here. That's convenient. Now I have 5 places to sleep. Okay, so what do they want? Briar's Hold. The flotilla needs food, water, and components. You might not be able to get all of them, but Ash will take what you can get. Peek's plan. All the supplies in the world are nothing without a plan to get them to the flotilla. That's Peek's part in this. Ash's run. The clock is running. In 12 cycles, Ash will have to make her run to the flotilla. The better prepared she is, the better the results will be. Damn, they want 8 parts. Phew. Okay, take them. That's it. These components should be enough to cover most of the basic repairs. You hope. Wait, that didn't even give me 1. Oh, continue, I see. Do you ever drink and cats drink fast at first, but then suddenly you can chug a whole bottle in 3 seconds? The floodgates open up. Yeah, exactly that! Just like, oh, I'm just gonna take one little slip and just before you know it, the cup is just empty. And I'm not even a fast drinker. It's just like I have friends, well, not just friends. I think my dad included. Is they just drink in such a way where they don't really swallow. It just flows freely into the gullet, and I am amazed. Like, how do they do that? Especially like my dad specifically, he does this with sodas. Ice cold, freshly opened sodas. that are like, you know, they've got bubbles in them. Like drinking them really fast when they're super fresh, it hurts your throat. At least it hurts mine. And then I look at him and he's just guzzling it down like a freaking, like a whirlpool. I don't really get how people can do that. Like, it's not just impressive, it's also like, why would you drink it like that? Like, you don't even get to enjoy the taste. And how is your throat even okay after that? Have you ever drank straight from a stream and not closed your throat? Like from one of the Iglo's casks? No, that doesn't sound familiar. And yeah, the not close your throat thing, that's something I don't know how to do. Like, I gulp things. I drink gulp after gulp. I don't open my throat to let, like, I continue a stream down into my stomach. I don't know how to do that, but I would love to learn. It sounds fun. Anyway, okay, the Briar, Ashen Peak's XPR ship. You look over the pile of scrap components lying in the Briar. You look around, the bay is empty. Ashen Peak either elsewhere on the station or on the bridge a couple levels up. You begin sorting through the pile, separating out useful components and boxing them by use. You don't recognize everything you find, but before long, you get into the rhythm of sorting. As you do, your mind starts to drift, your attention being drawn into the dark corners of the bay. The Briar is in surprisingly good condition, considering that Hawthorne and XPR must have been operating it for decades by now. The marks of care are everywhere, from the delicate patch jobs polished to meld into the original finish, or the carefully bound wiring running through the custom trunking. Ash loves this ship. This much is clear. Something catches your eye in one of the dark corners, a matte black stack of crates you hadn't spotted before. They are sleek and compact, tucked away behind some of the bigger, more worn-out containers. I could investigate, but I should probably keep working. Put the containers out of your mind and focus on sorting process. This is Ash's ship, and she wouldn't appreciate you rooting around in it. You hear a hiss as Ash comes up through the base lock. She barely registers your presence, nodding as she passes. Sleeper, she busies herself with some tasks at the back of the bay. Finish the job. With Ash in the bay as well, the atmosphere shifts and you suddenly feel watched. You quickly finish up the sorting and slip out, waving it back to her back as you do. While I would be interested in what those black boxes are about, if this was real life, I would not be snooping around. I am a respectful little cat. It doesn't let me do anything. Oh wait, here is something. The cordon. Heavenage quarantine. Meeting Peak. Peak asked you to meet them at the cordon. You hope they have a plan to cross, because this place seems imposing. Well then. I have a bunch more die to spend. What should I spend them on? Wait, there's a new location. Oh, there's plenty of new locations. Interesting. You sound fun, cutie. Aww. Wait, in what way? Black boxes? Like a Turing machine? I forgot the popular black box dilemma in computer science. Oh yeah, I mean, black box, it's a term for a lot of things. The black box is usually just a blanket term for a piece of technology where you don't know what's going on and you're not supposed to be able to access what goes on within it. It's almost like a magic box. But yeah, a lot of AI technology works on black box concepts and architectures and stuff. Yeah, I know. But yeah, there's also like other types of black boxes, like in airplanes. A black box records the last, minutes of a crash, and it's called a black box because it's made specifically to survive the crash. But I remember a popular black box thingy. Yep. Like I'm also planning like a black box is also going to be like a very integral point in my game's story. So yeah, I like black boxes. There's also the black box rocket launcher in Team Fortress 2, which is a really good rocket launcher. Negotiate access. The Aglai stack is controlled by a small collective of farmers. If you want to use it, you'll need to persuade them. Aglai access. Much to Ash's frustration, you'll have to pay or talk your way into using the Aglai stack to farm food for the refugees. Okay, Reservoir S3. Hack sensors, siphon water. Water for the flotilla. Ash needs tanks and tanks of water if she hopes to help the flotilla. Anything less is worthless to her. Heavenage alert. Heavenage have installed complex sensors arrays to monitor the reservoir. Ship this and the whole place will go into lockdown. That's dangerous. Heavenage alert. Oh, I see. So I need to use this whenever Heavenage alert goes up. Interesting. I have... let's do this. Get a positive outcome. Nice. They're both roles that I'm not really spec'd into, so I'm gonna need to be careful. Well, here... positive and neutral. Nice. Okay, time for a nap. And I'm gonna take that nap on the Briar base camp. See if something interesting happens. I like the music in this game. Like somehow it's very it fits whatever situation you're going through somehow. So I have a bunch of four-sided die. Let's use them. Positive and neutral. Should be good enough. Is Cutie EP? No, I'm not EP. At least I don't think I am. I don't consider myself EP at the moment. I've only been streaming for an hour anyway. I am a little worried about tomorrow though, because I have a presentation I have to do. And they gave me incomplete information. One moment. But yeah, oh, I heard a yawn. No, I didn't yawn. Like, my yawns are very noticeable, and I did not yawn. But now that you have mentioned it, now I feel like yawning. Damn it. But no, I probably just sighed. It wasn't a yawn. Okay, anyway, I've got four-sided die. Let's see the Aglaia stack. Yes, let's spend my die here, because these are guaranteed successes. And let's re-roll this one-sided die. Die. There we go, we got the farmer's access. We got the farmer pass. Oh, and now we actually have to... Now we actually have to do the farming, I see. Aglae Grove. The Aglae takes time to grow, and each cycle more can be harvested from the stack. Patience is required. Food for the flotilla. The flotilla needs a lot of food to last out the quarantine, and Ash will settle for nothing less than a full haul's worth. Harvest Aglae. There's no more Aglae in the stack for this cycle, you'll have to wait for more to grow. Accelerate growth. The Aglae in the stack grows at a regular rate, but with some careful feed adjustments and water cycling, you can improve your yield per cycle. Alrighty then, so this goes automatically, but I can accelerate it, so... Let's go take a nap. A big old nappy. Oh wait, I'm gonna lose my... Okay, I wanna do something I haven't tried before. I wanna try and repairing myself using scrap. So let's try that. Okay, it repairs one bar of condition. It's not a whole lot. It's actually rather tiny, but... Oh well. It's not the worst outcome. Okay, that was a yawn. I will not deny that. The Eye, a station at the edge. As you leave, you find a note pinned to the outside of the door. It reads, "Sleeper, there's something you need to see. Meet me at the cordon as soon as you can. Just keep heading around the ring until you hit the flotilla. I'll be waiting. Peek." You pocket the note and glance around the corridor. Looks like you're doing this. Time to make a plan. Huh. Alrighty. And how many cycles has it been? Only 2, which means I've got 10 more cycles. Surely that's enough time. I heard a yawn. He cannot beat the allegations. Yes, I did say. That was a yawn. I am not hiding that fact. But I will still blame you for the yawn. Alrighty. Peeker. Peeker? Why did I say peeker? Sleeper. Peek catches your attention from the shadowy corner where they are leaning against. Any trouble getting up here? Well, the place is kinda huge. It certainly is. Heavenage have been busy. Come, take a look at this. They beckon you over to a nearby window which looks across the ruined ring to the blinking red lights of the Heavenage cordon. The cordon's temporary structures, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out into the black. And all around, the tugs flit, securing them in place and tending to the red blinking drones that demark the quarantine. It's an impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? Peek interrupts. How would you get through? Maybe create a distraction? Peek Cheru. It's not a bad idea, but what kind of distraction is big enough to get everyone to look away from a ship as big as the Briar? Peek squints at the red lights. Surely they spot and seize the ship. Peak turns away from the window and rubs their forehead. Ash has really wrapped us up in something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. The silence grows. Why are you helping the flotilla? Maybe we try all three? Are there other options? Maybe we try all three? Peak laughs. I like it. At least we should prepare as many ways as we can. The way I see it, there are three parts to making it work, making it through that cordon. They gesture out the window at the strange structure. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all of them to clean the passage through. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking that we are meant to be there. Maybe tug and escort would work. Anything that makes the Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be all about diverting attention so that no one looks too hard at what the Briar is doing. If we can create a gap in the cordon scanning and deterrent systems, they should keep them busy. Finally, speed will mean making sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on the ship to get her ready. Ash surely wouldn't mind. They lean back from the window. How does that sound? It sounds risky. Well, yes, there's always going to be risk. That's how this works. You've got to be on board with that. Peak looks down at their slate. 10 cycles left. They glance out at the window. They glance out of the window at the cordon nervously. 10 cycles to gather the supplies and to prep the plan. It's tight. Very tight. Peak looks at you. If this goes wrong, just get out, okay? I'll follow Ash anywhere, but you don't need to get dragged down with us. Look, it won't come to that. Peak brightens up a little. Of course, but just keep it in mind. Let's get to it. Peak stretches. I'll tell Ash about the improvements to the Briar, and the rest, well, let's explore the cordon as best we can and look for openings. I have no idea what guardian angel sent you to us, Sleeper, but I'm very glad they did. Oh, that is quite a lot of things they expect me to do now. Flotilla 8, gather food, scrap, and water. Find a nurturing grow bed for the seed. Scope the cordon. Intercept communications. The cordon buzzes with radio transmissions and data packets. Intercepting them will give you a sense of how things run here. One thing about being Sleeper is people always assume you're working, so blending in with the tug crews shouldn't be too tough. Cordon intel. You and Peak need to get the sense of how the Heavenage operation works before you can prepare your plan to slip through. Kind of funny that your race is against robots when you're basically a robot yourself. Well, call it internalized racism then. Or maybe just call me a hypocrite. Who knows? Wink. Intercept comms or blend in with the crew. Gives me 1 cordon intel, but this gives me 2 cordon intel. So let's do this one. The faster the better. And another one. Only cuties say wink when they wink. What? No way. Nobody would ever do that. Wink. Okay, cordon export. What do we have here? Cordon operations, crew canteen, Heavenage hangar. So operations, sabotage sensors. And I've got a lot of things to do, wow. Deflect suspicion, convince a crew. One, two, three, four, five, six. 6. Ah, okay, so these are like the 3 things I need for the Briar. Right. Okay, let me re-roll the die. It's a 3 die. Not the best, but not the worst either. Right, Book's plan is here now. Oh yeah, this is going automatically, so I don't really have to deal with this one. What I do need to deal with is the reservoir. Nah, too risky. Can't use a 3 roll on these. I'm gonna need to use this one on somewhere on these. Canteen. There's suspicion. Tug escort. Oh, so Heaven of Suspicion is a global meter. Okay, I have to be careful there. Engineer. Interface. Oh man, none of these are... Oh, okay, intuition. This one is a +2. This'll do. Convince a crew. With division rife among the tug crews, gaining support for a supply shipment will just be a case of picking the right crew and approaching them discreetly. Tug escort. A crew willing to escort the Briar through the quarantine will give the ship a better chance of passing the cordon without any trouble. Yeah, let's get this one. Also, neutral outcomes do give me Heaven of Suspicion. I have to be more careful then. Anyway, let me go get some food. Some consumables. Maybe I can buy some from the farm. Water from food, yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, it only gives me 2 energy? Okay, that sucks. Okay, I guess I'll go to the city for a meal. But yeah, time for a nap. Oh, I said time for a nap. Honk. Me, 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 me. Oh, right, I lost one of my die. This ain't good. Ah. Let me go get something to eat. Nutcaster stable, emphasis stall, yeah. He gives me great food always. We're good. You know what? Let me go feed the kitty. Where are the apartments again? Here it is. Third unit. Kitty, I love you. It literally does nothing, but I don't care. I love this kitty. It is precious. It heals me. Alright, time to... Oh man, these are terrible rolls. And these are much better rolls. Alright, engineer. Siphon. Okay, the egg lay stack, it'll be done next cycle. Should be good enough. Neutral. Right. Okay, the number 1 roll, I might be able to use... Yeah, this is a safe one. And it's a +2 as well. Surely I won't fail this one. Surely. You kidding me? 25%? Oh, come on. Damn it, poorly. I would not be good at Among Us, clearly. Well, time for a nap. I'm thinking I might have to use a capsule, but I'm only... You know what? Fuck it. I've got 3 capsules. It'll be fine. With 3 stabilizer, I'll be fine. Amogus. Amogus! And cycle... Yeah, I need as many die as I can get to get all of this done. Yeah, those are some fantastic die, hell yeah. Die. Here's the egg lay stack. Wait, it wants die? It wants me to use die for this as well? Jeez. Okay. Greedy little game. Give me this one as well. And this one as well. Okay, now we gotta wait for the Aglai to grow again. In the meantime, a reservoir time. Water. Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help. Oh, no, 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 no. Meanwhile, I'm gonna need to use this. Neutral outcome will be fine, I'm sure of it. Perfect, positive outcome, hell yeah. They don't know a thing. We can go and the cycle. The cycle of violence. Of violins. Great, I'm starving. Time to go across the entire station just for a meal. I wonder how long it takes to like travel from one end of the station to another. It's a good thing travel time isn't an actual factor in this game. Violins, the most evil of instruments. Yeah, that's why whenever you like watch a violent movie, they always give like a disclaimer like violins warning. Okay, right, gotta wait for you to grow. And you, little creature, give me all of your water. One more and boom. Water acquired. What instrument does Cutie play, I wonder? I don't play any instruments, but when I was young, like very young, my brother was obsessed with the piano, and he forced me to learn it as well. And I used to know a couple of melodies. Most distinctly, I used to know the Mirror's Edge main theme song on piano. He really liked doing like video game songs on piano, but since he forced me, I was never really I never really established a connection with the instrument. It's like I have a lot of negative emotions associated with it, so I was never really interested in picking it back up again. And then one time he got a violin and tried to force me to play that one as well. And all that did is that now whenever I think of playing a violin, my neck starts to hurt. Because he did not understand at all like how you're supposed to hold a violin. So he just wedged it into my neck and told me to, you know, clutch it with my chin in a super uncomfortable way. And when I complained, he just did his usual thing and yelled at me. Just yeah, that's me and my brother. Just him ruining anything I could grow an attachment to. But at least that didn't really, that did not sour the enjoyment of the music playing those instruments. The violin is still my favorite musical instrument. I just don't really want to hold a violin because that would be some bad memories. What a brother, holy shit. Yep. I mentioned it a couple of times on past streams, but my brother is a very negative influence in my life, and I am very glad to have cut him off. Anyway, back to this. Tucked into a service corridor deep below the reservoir, Ash is double-checking the seals of the water tanks loaded into the motorized trolley. Though you are far enough away from any thought fares not to worry about being overheard, you both still talk in hushed tones. How will you get these back to the bride? Ash glances back. We'll trolley these up to the bay further along, and then we'll bring in the briar for a quick and quiet collection. Speaking of quiet, she gives you a look and then looks pointedly back down the corridor towards the reservoir, before hitting the ignition on the trolley to start to get moving. Holy shit, those legs. What? Legs or lags? Because now I'm worried. Was I lagging? Was my voice lagging, or do you mean her legs? Oh, her legs, okay. You know what? Fair. Those are some chunky fucking legs. But to be fair, I think that's the spacesuit. Like, you can see on her back, like, that's not a backpack. That is literally, like, the upper side of her suit hanging off her back. And if she were to, like, put it all on, I think she would be, like, twice as big. But still, I mean, look at her arms. She is buff as hell. I would not be surprised if the legs were equally buff. Okay. You take the other side of the trolley and walk it up the wide service corridor, with its flickering lights and Solheim Deritus. You doubt it gets used by Heavenage, at least that's the hope. You glance across at Ash, her face a mask of determination as she guides the trolley along. Maybe some conversation will make this journey go a little faster. So, how did you meet Peak? She pauses, a little surprised by your question. She glances down the tunnel, but in this deserted passage, she can hardly keep up the pretense in silence. We grew up together, she answers quickly, turning back to the trolley. But she can tell you are expecting her to add more. She seems to gather herself for an answer, not wanting to ignore you, but trying instead to get her answer straight in her head. Our outpost, the Hawthorne, is not an easy place to grow up. The administration keep a tight hold of everything. She rolls her eyes. Even though they are trapped in the same decaying installation as everyone else. Peak found it harder than most. She pauses again, judging her words. I stepped in to help them out. Silence descends again, but you can feel the wheels turning in Ash's mind as the creaking wheels of the trolley take you along the corridor. Peak isn't the most practical of people. They used to be, well, they needed someone to teach them to look after themselves, stand up for themselves. That was me, she smiles. After that, I just couldn't get rid of them. Ash stops talking, but you see her eyes have lit up, and you imagine she's recalling some moments of other from her past and Peak's past. You both reach a wide bulkhead doorway and have to stop to shimmy the trolley over the edge. When you are done, she looks to you. I'm good from here. Head back. And with that, she is gone, moving off into the dark tunnel ahead. You watch her go and then turn around and walk the distance back to the staircase you entered from, the tunnel humming around you as you do. See a fin, cutie. Need to Ipsu. Hope it doesn't turn into a wait, what is that? Into fair enough. Alrighty, good night, bye. I'm so happy that you made it to the stream, even though you're EP, and I hope you have a good eep, that you eep like a good little citizen, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks for stream, friend. Aw, thank you for the gift of your company. Thank you so much, bye, and have a good eep. Bye-bye. At pets, hugs you, nuzzles you. Okay. As you walk, you try to piece together Ash's past, but all you have are glimpses of a person she once was. She seems to prefer it that way. Okay, now I've only got the Aglai stack and the other thing left. I think I'll let the Aglai stack do its own thing for now. And I can now focus on this stuff. So let me change the quest to breaking quarantine. So which ones have I done? Also reroll the rules. 3-sided die. Would have preferred something better. Convince a crew. Great. Positive outcome. As long as I don't get a neutral one, we should be good. Nice. Well, it's going good now, finally. I should make quest. Is there anything I've been... Wait, Rico's garden. Oh, the garden is finished. But I probably shouldn't... Yeah, I should probably give all of my attention to helping the Briar. So let's take a nap for now. No, I meant a nap, don't leave. And I'm still full on food, so I should be fine. Show? Why did I say show? Anyway. Is the Aglai done yet? No, it needs one more cycle. Meantime, here we go. Got lots of good die this time around. Some stinkers too, but I've had worse. So interface and engineer. Let's do this one. Let's give an upgrade to the Briar. The tugs have a powerful system of ion thrusters for rapid maneuvering. If you can sneak in and slice some off, you'll have a significant upgrade to the Briar upgrade. The kind of thrusters that tugs use will give the Briar improved maneuvering, useful in the cramped quarters of the flotilla. Start action. Boom. Okay, now let's use If I'll get a neutral outcome, I will use the reroll. If not, I will use the other three-sided die. Nice. Come on, baby. Ah, dang it. But I did get a point into tag escort. Now let's reroll these bad boys. Six-sided die. Nice. Die. Status Actualus. Positive outcome, and yeah, I don't really want to use this one-sided die for anything. Except maybe... yeah, fuck it. Hell yeah. Okay, now... right. Now we take a nap. Actually, I'm gonna need to self-repair. Because next cycle I am going to lose a die. And I need all of my die right now if I want to make it in time. End the cycle. This is interesting. They weren't kidding when this is like a late stage thingy, because this is actually taking quite a bit of my effort to manage it within the time frame. Within the time frame. Yeah, let's go get a meal from Memphis. Good old Memphis. No, not this one. Here. Order Fungusy. And since I'm already in the neighborhood, let's give some to the stray. Stray fed. 3 Creo. I wonder if that does anything, if eventually the stray will grow closer to me. Agle! Now let's use a 4-sided die. Nice. Positive outcome. That's the food finished. You're leaning against the metal crates you just loaded up with the agle, packed and dried into bright green pucks. Ash hops onto one beside you, flexing her aching back. I hope the refugees like agle. Ash squints at you as if you just interrupted her train of thought. It's a look you have become familiar with. Doesn't matter either way. This is what we've got. She sighs, rubbing the back of her neck. In these past cycles, walking the agle stack with Ash, you've had little insight into her mind. She rarely seems happy to start a conversation, but is always eager to end one. Despite this, you feel like something has grown between you two. Something like silent trust. The kind that tends to seed itself in the fertile soil as hard but necessary work. There's something... concerned? She laughs. You could say that. She turns to face you. I think I'd be stupid not to be concerned about all this. She's right, of course, though it's hard to focus your concerns on one thing in particular. Can the refugees survive on the flotilla? What are Heavenage doing to help them? If the quarantine is lifted, is the Eye really in danger? Each worry is far too large to even begin to process, to judge, and they mesh with other, more personal worries, until you feel the anxiety growing in your chest. You look at Ash and are suddenly eager to speak, to talk about something, anything, rather than just sitting and feeling this growing weight. Why help the flotilla? She pauses, her protective instinct fighting with the trust you've built. You can see her begin to shrug the question off. Then she stops, rethinks, and sighs. What you need to understand, Sleeper, is that Erlin's Eye wasn't the only place where the Solheim collapse happened. Sure, Hawthorne, where we grew up, was an XPR installation, but that didn't screen it from Solheim going under. Actually, Solheim was the only reason XPR were even here. She pauses, hesitant to get into the whole story, but wanting to offer something. They are a service crop, you understand? They set up outposts and surrogate systems like this to offer refueling logistics and maintenance services to bigger companies with extraction contracts. She gestures to the eye around her. Like Solheim. When Solheim went bust, XPR lost their guide, and Hawthorne, we all lost something. We became an outpost tasked with just holding on. Keep the refueling platforms running, they said. Keep the outpost stable. Hold onto our claim. She rubs her head, as if recalling it all of this was somehow physically painful. Do you know what it's like to spend your entire life in a place with no future? A place that exists only to hold legal claim to a piece of territory, to shore up a breach contract negotiations between two corporations? It's like living in a grave. She clenches her hands. So if you're looking for the answer to why questions, well, that's your answer. We, Peak, and I know what it's like to be forgotten, to be locked out. She stares hard at the side of the stack, the aglae whirling against the glass in beautiful patterns, and she doesn't look away. The silence extends, and you realize the conversation is over. Ash seems angry, not at you, but with herself, for even voicing such ideas. After a while, you stand and start to load the crates onto the powered cargo trolley that Ash will run back to the dryer. As you do, you try to catch her eye, but she avoids it, soothing herself instead with the comforting simplicity of physical work. Relatable. And that's a quest done. Now, I could get hard to kill, but honestly it's kind of a useless skill because the entire game I have never gone lower than 2 dice. So I'm gonna keep saving until I have one for engineer or interface. Oh my gosh! Hello! Hello, Key! Okay. Actually, you said that both are okay, so I'm gonna go with Kay. Hey Kay, how you doing? It's so good of you to show up. Oh my gosh, how you doing? As you can see, we are playing some more Citizen Sleeper, Citizen Eeper, Eat, Sleep, Citizen, Repeat. And the chat is kind of quiet right now. My only other viewer, Pi, has already went to Eep, so you're the only one here, I think? KRK is fine, yes, I am alive. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you're alive. It would be so bad if you came here and you were not alive. We would then have to re-alive you. Okay, which one of these was I doing? There's a +2 roll, so this should work. It's only 12 PM for me. Ah, I see. 12 PM, huh? So it's lunchtime. For me, it's wait, let me check. It's 7 p.m. for me. And I usually go to sleep at around midnight. Probably explains why I'm always so tired, but oh well. Sleep is for the weak. Oh, cutscene time. You meet Peak leaning in the corner of the canteen in their typically unassuming way. It occurs to you as you approach that Peak must have had some practice at staying invisible. All good? They look up from their slate. That crew you were talking to. They nod to the group leaving the canteen. Will they join us? They'll do it. That's what they say. You aren't sure. Peak looks back at them as they disappear into the corridors of the installation. Looks like we'll have to take them at their word either way. Peak beckons for you to follow as they peel off the wall and head out into the walkway overlooking the station. Glad you were here to talk them into it. I would never had much of a way with people. Peak smiles and looks away quickly as you walk. Well, you and Ash seem to do okay. Peak laughs their light and easy laugh. Ash is not really like other people, which you've probably noticed. If only everyone was like her. They fade off, something drawing their attention. What I mean is, people have caused me a lot of trouble. I've had people hate me without knowing a thing about me. They tuck their hair behind an ear. I'm sure you know the feeling. Yeah, I do. Pete glances at you. I'm sorry to hear that. It marks you, am I right? I try not to think about it. Pete nods. Don't let me make that any harder. Pete leads you around the corner, heading back to the main cordon accessway. I appreciate you coming in and helping us out on this, Sleeper. I'm talking to the crew and, well, you know. Maybe after this insane plan is done, we can talk properly. They keep looking ahead, and you realize they are nervous. I'd like that. Peak smiles, looking down at their feet. That's settled then, they say to the floor. I better report the news to Ash. We have ourselves a tug escort. Peak stops an intersection. See you soon, Sleeper. And please, take care. And with that, they drift away, their head down, their gait changing as they do. Their practice invisibility shrouding them like a cape. Oh, so they meant literal invisibility. I thought it was just like figurative. Okay, so I still have this place to deflect suspicion. Now I have the other places to deal with, so... I already put some points into the thrusters, so let's go with that. Okay, and now to re-roll these dice. Could have been better. Could have been better. Please don't fuck up. Ah, it fucked up. And nice, we have averted doom. Oh boy, we are almost out of cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 more cycles to finish this. So let's take a nap. I have 3 more scrap components, but I don't think I'll need those. Let's end the cycle. Alright. I don't like these dice. Let me use the 6th one. And let me re-roll these. Okay, another 6-sided die, nice. Perfect. You manage to hit the hangar during a shift change, and the whole place is empty. You come away with the thrusters set with little effort. Pete grins as you pile the ion thruster sets onto the motorized trolley in a derelict loading bay. I borrowed this from Ash. I barely know how it works. They seem giddy at the idea of stealing the ship parts from Heavenage. Oh, ad break. That is very unfortunate timing. They all have ad block. I hope you all do. Actually, I'm gonna use this opportunity to take a break, a quick little break. I'll be back in a jiffy. Just gotta get some water and some other things. So, for anybody watching who is stuck in ad hell or maybe not, y'all also have my permission to take a break. Be right back. I have returned! I don't think anybody is watching, but oh well. Nah, just kidding. I know there's somebody there. Wink. The avatar didn't wink for it. Just pretend it winked. Anyway, might end stream soon, but I would like to at least finish a few more roles, at least finish the cycle, so let's get back into it. I borrowed this from Ash, and barely know how it works. They seem giddy at the idea of stealing the ship parts from Heavenage. I thought you worked for XPR. Isn't it just a trolley? Feek laughs. I guess so. I just find physical technology a bit intimidating. They help you heave the thruster into position. My specialty was computer systems. I mostly worked on keeping the protocols that ran the refueling stations from totally decaying due to lack of use. There's a lot of platforms in orbit of the moon Hawthorne is on, and Cinder itself. Ash and I ended up having to head out to them regularly to work on them. Sounds like hard work. Are you kidding? That was the best job at Hawthorne. You get assigned a ship, you get to leave the colony for a bit. So much better than outpost maintenance and canteen work. The only reason we got assigned to it was that Ash's mother is the administrator of Hawthorne, and Ash managed to get my name on the list too. Beak looks for the trolley's ignition. Ash is always saving. Wait a second. Ash's mom is the administrator? How did the organization gets... Oh wait, Hawthorne is the... No, Hawthorne is the organization. Wait, no. Hawthorne is the colony. XPR is the company. Right. They find the switch and hidden, and the trolley starts whining. Peak looks at the thrusters. Ash will install these. The Briar is her baby, really. Peak looks away to the bay exit. Truth be told, I was surprised she could bring herself to take it from her mother. Losing a ship? That has to have hurt the colony. What is her mother like? Tough. You'd have to be to keep control of a service outpost with no service to provide. Peak looks away. It's a tough place overall, Hawthorne. And Ash's mom? She likes it that way. Peak shuffles the trolley out of the bay into the corridor. They'll manage without the Briar, no choice. And I have to admit, I'd love to have seen her face when she saw it had gone. Peak pauses. Don't tell Ash that. They walk on quietly, lost in their memories of Hawthorne. Okay, I think you can manage the rest. Peak brushes her hair out of her face. You've done more than enough for this cycle. Peak looks over the thrusters. Once these are lifted, the Briar will handle... Oh, I can't read today. The Briar will handle better than ever. You might even get a thank you from Ash, Peak sighs. They head off into the corridor, the trolley whining with a high-pitched whine. See you soon. Well, that's another task done. Now I only have the sabotage left. That's gonna take 6 dice rolls. Yeah. 50% positive, 50% neutral. Come on, baby. Nice. Okay, I'm not spending the 2 die on that. I'm gonna spend it on sunbathing. Neutral outcome. Hell yeah. Okay, let's end the cycle. Hmm. Oh, something's happening. Drone messenger. A rapid burst of movement catches your attention. A drone. Its fins adjusting as it hovers in place. Floats in the corridor. Hello? The drone shifts a little but does not respond. The drone buzzes closer, and a voice gurgles out of its speaker, distorted and strange. Sleeper, come to Cordon. We need to speak. Why? The drone clicks on words and the recording starts playing again. Sleeper, come to the cordon. We need to speak. Inspect the drone. You move closer and the drone bobs away to a safe distance. But as it does, you see a ha of Heavenage embezzled on its side. H-A, not a ha. For a second I thought the drone is like laughing at me. Could this be Fang's drone? Fang? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Satisfied it has delivered its message, the drone rotates and accelerates away as rapidly as it arrived. You stare at it as it disappears from sight, hoping for some insight that escapes you. To the cordon then. That's interesting. Let me see what this is about. I only have 3 more cycles to finish the job, so here's hoping I'll do it in time. Question marks, okay. As you enter the passage that leads through the cordon, a flash of movement catches your eye. It's the drone. It stops to make sure you've seen it and then flits into a side passage, leading to a set of narrow stairs. You climb up a dark shaft, the drone stopping at each landing to check you're following. Despite its lack of expression, there's something overbearing about the way the drone waits, impatiently realigning its fins in sequence. After a long climb, you come out onto an observation platform, the cordon and the vast, ramshackle refugee ships beyond filling your vision. The scale seems impossible and immediately you feel small and naive for even thinking you can affect the situation. Something shifts nearby. The drone again? Ooh. Who is this? Frustrated Heavenage counselor. Helen. Huh. A woman is standing at the window, at the edge of your vision. You aren't surprised you didn't notice her. She too seems impossibly small in the shadow of the flotilla. The drone buzzes by her shoulder and she turns. Sleeper, sorry for all the cloak and dagger nonsense. She nods at the drone. But I have never regretted being cautious. She smiles, a tight smile, and holds out her hand. I'm Helen. Shake her hand. The tight smile holds, but the drone keeps its eye fixed on you. Oh, the drone is still with her. That's cute. The effect is a little unnerving. Oh, look. She glances around the empty observation deck as if checking for potential eavesdroppers. Let's be straight with each other. I know your plans and... She cuts in before you can respond. I understand your motives. You look at her in her overalls, the yellow markers, the HA sigil. You've been on the Eye long enough to recognize a Heavenage member when you see them. You're from Heavenage. Yes, I am. I expect that is obvious. A tight smile again. I hope you won't hold that against me. She glances around nervously again and moves a little closer. This entire situation, I am not here to defend it. She glances back at the flotilla. No one is happy about this. Then release the flotilla. Okay, no one's happy about this. Especially not the refugees. She sighs. I am not your enemy here, no matter what you think. She pauses. Sleeper, tell me something. What does Heavenage mean to you? Hardenhurst. Okay, that's a low blow. A work in progress. A fresh start. No, I'm gonna say a work in progress. I could say Harden, but like we took care of him. That guy is gone. And Fang is still in Heavenage, a very loyal Heavenage worker who is seriously trying to make it a better place. So simply because of Fang, I'm gonna say it's a work in progress. She smiles. Fair, I think. Heavenage is used to being criticized. In some ways, we invite it. Our members are free to bring up grievances at any meeting, to propose new structures and approaches. She shifts her weight impatiently. As a counselor, it is my duty to listen to them. That is why I was elected by the members. We are an imperfect system, yes, and each counselor, each member, each representative can be flawed. And worse. She looks down. But we keep this place running. That is what we do. And the non-members? There are paths to membership, and we cannot force everyone on the station to join us. What do you expect? We are an association of individuals. We cannot always account for the needs of those outside the structure. She turns and looks at the flotilla. No matter how much we wish them. Can the Eye take in thousands of refugees safely? I don't know. This place is a ruin, Sleeper. What do you think the council discusses? The price of Griole? We make plans to keep this place spinning, to keep life support working, to ensure... Helen's Slate chirps and a grim look passes across her face as she sees the notification. She looks tired, the screen light casting her rigid expression in a rigid glow. Sleeper, I didn't bring you here to explain how Heavenage works. I came to talk about your plan to cross the cordon, breach the quarantine, and supply the flotilla. She looks directly at you. I play dumb. How do you know? Nah, stay silent. I know you think you're helping the flotilla, but you cannot do this. Not right now. Halfway across the ring, one of a countless series of debates is being held. These debates are to evaluate the potential harm that could be caused if the refugees of the flotilla are left to enter the station. These debates are at a standstill. Helen walks to the window. Too many in the Heavenage Council think of the flotilla as a threat. After recent events, a hardline group has emerged. Protective, selfish. They seek only to benefit the members. In their mind, the flotilla is a danger to life on the Eye. If you are caught crossing the cordon and breaching the quarantine, it will only strengthen the hardline counselor's case. Criminals who stole a ship from XP are undermining the security of the station. She shakes her head. It's exactly what they want. So what? That's your problem. The refugees need the supplies. They do. That's exactly what I want to give them. But unless the quarantine is lifted through a fair process, they will never get them. She sighs deeply. And those XPCR spaces that you are running with? Sleeper, do you know anything about them? Well, I know more about them than I do about you. She looks at you pleadingly. Let's change that, Sleeper. Why do you think the refugee flotilla came here now? Something is happening in the system. Something is pushing people out of the colonies and outposts that have survived since Solheim's collapse. We need to be ready for whatever is coming, ready to protect the Eye. I know the Eye means something to you. I know there's a reason you are still here. Help me protect it. Helen fixes you with a strong look. Persuade those spacers that this is the wrong move, that they will get caught and the flotilla will be locked down, that the Heavenage will be delivered into those with the worst instincts. Forget the suicidal supply run with people you barely know. Help me fight for the eye. Well, why don't you stop them? If I expose the plan, it's the same as if it goes ahead and they are caught. Every way I look at it, the eye looks compromised. The quarantine justified. The hardliners get their scapegoat. Don't offer up the excuse that hardliners need to lock the flotilla out together, to persuade the members they are the safest pair of hands. She looks at you imploringly. Please. You look back at her and the flotilla behind, and a sense of desperation in her plea. A notification breaks the silence. Shit. She rapidly scrolls through the pages of data. Sleeper, I need to go. She looks torn. Think about it. Please. Talk to the spacers. Help them see reason. She quickly leaves the observation deck before you have the time to respond. You stay for a moment, watching the lights of the tugs and the flotilla, and wonder what it feels like to be on one of those ships, so close to your destination and yet so far from it. And then you think of the Heavenage Council chamber, across the eye, where the right of these people to find safety is being debated. You shiver, and then you too are gone, back into the stairwell and the cold dark below. Sleeping in the cold below. Huh. Well, I don't see the option to just tell them to not do this anywhere. You know what? I think I'm gonna spend my current dice, and then I'm going to call it a day. Blind spot. A four-sided die. Not the worst idea. Ah, they noticed. Six-sided die. Okay, and deflect suspicion. Kinda sus, kinda sus. Nice. Okay then. I think we are done here for today. 2 points. Once I get my third point, I get another level up. Anyway, breaking quarantine. Yeah, I only have 4 quests left. That is awesome. I am actually like 100%ing the game at this rate. Anyway, so yeah, I have a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow. Let me go back to the main menu and let's see if there's anybody we can raid. Okay, so Nemea is live. She's playing Overwatch though. Oh boy. Epic Cadley is playing God of War again. That might be fun. And yeah, let's raid Cat. She's a silly one. She's fun. So slash raid Epic Cadley. That is how you spell it, right? Yep, that is how you spell it. So yeah. Typicat's rate setting do not allow you to rate at this time. Oh, well, I did not realize that's a thing you can do. Holy shit. Okay, I guess we're not rating Cat today. That's weird. What's she doing that I can't rate her? Oh well, I guess we're rating Nemea. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, so my entire one viewer, feel free to join the raid, but there's no obligation to. As always, I'm very grateful for everybody who has been watching today, lurkers and non-lurkers alike. If you're interested, please don't join the Discord server, a link to which is in my About Me page. And I'll be seeing you all again tomorrow at around the same time as today. So yeah, once again, thank you all for watching, and this has been Avalu Finis von Kreutz, and I am taking my leave. Bye-bye.